Hello viewers, if you are joining us for the first time, this is Ojemai YouTube channel. You can as well follow us on Facebook on Ojemai Online Chemistry. In today's video, we want to look at what electrolysis of brine. This is one of the most asked questions in JAM if you are preparing for JAM. Now we will use this particular video to explain a lot of things in electrolysis. We have already done some calculation involving electrolysis. Today we are going to look at electrolytic cells involving electrolysis of what? Brine. Please, the only way you can encourage me is by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Please do well to share this video, like and comment. Now let's start. Before we look at electrolysis of brine, let us draw electrolytic cell. This is how electrolytic cell look like. We are going to draw small electrolytic cell. Now we have in electrolytic cell, we have what we call the cathode. We have what we call the cathode or the electrodes. These are the electrodes. Don't mind my diagram. This is a typical example of electrolytic cell. Now here we have something like this. We have something like this. So current leave here and enter here and go this way. Now this is what we call cathode. This is cathode. And this is what we call anode. This is cathode, this is what? Anode. Now this is negative. Cathode here is negative, while this one is what? Positive. Now when you talk about electrolysis of brine, electrolysis of brine is talking about what? Brine solution, which is what? Sodium chloride. Means that this sodium chloride is acting as what? As your electrolyte. Now this electrolyte, this is what happened here. This is your electrolyte. Now you carry this sodium chloride and put here sodium and chlorine. Remember, when you put sodium and chloride in electrolysis, it means that this one is in a solution, because electrolysis can only happen in a molten form or in a liquid form. So now electrolysis of brine is sodium chloride add plus what? Plus water, H2O. It means that if you dissolve this in water, what will happen? This one now will now migrate. Remember, this is a negative and this is what? Positive. What happens is that if you dissolve this one now and you plug your battery, this one now will now split. Sodium will go in its way and chlorine will go on its way. So chlorine is negative, sodium is what? Positive. And remember, chlorine that is negative will migrate towards the what? To the anode. Do you understand? But then look at this particular thing. If you put this one react, immediately sodium will react with what? With water. Look at the overall equation here. We have something like this: NaCl plus C plus H2O will react to give you what? Because of the presence of oxygen here and hydrogen, we have what? Sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide plus what? Chlorine gas plus what? Hydrogen gas. And here we have what? 2. This is what you have. So the only free element now would now be what? Chlorine and what? Hydrogen. Now chlorine will immediately migrate towards the anode. And now one of the questions mostly asked in JAM is that the anode here in electrolysis of brine is made up of what? The anode and cathode. Cathode here is made of graphite. Cathode is made of what? Graphite. Why the anode here, the anode here is made of what? Titanium. So during the electrolysis of brine, your cathode is what? Your titanium, while your cathode is graphite, while your anode is what? Titanium. Just know that. Now the chlorine gas here will migrate because oxidation occur at what? The anode. Oxidation occur at the what? The anode, while reduction occur at the what? Cathode. Now since you dissolve these two things together, if you dissolve this sodium chloride in water, now become in a liquid form, now chlorine will migrate towards the anode, while sodium will not, because sodium is so reactive, will react with what? The oxide hydroxide to form what? Sodium hydroxide. What is now left is what? Is now hydrogen. So hydrogen will now migrate towards the what? Towards the cathode, and it will now get what? Reduced. Do you understand? This is overall equation of the reaction. But at the anode, what happened? Chlorine will undergo what? Oxidation. Look at the equation here. Chlorine will undergo oxidation, where we have chlorine gas will give you chlorine plus chlorine ion, give you what? 2 what? We have these two here. Now what would then happen to the anode? Here, because of is what? Water, you have 2H2O plus 2 electron will give you hydrogen gas plus OH2 minus. This is what will happen. This one is at the cathode, and this one is at the anode. So if you are preparing for JAM, this thing that I've just explained is a typical electrolysis of what? Electrolysis of brine. Brine means the solution dissolving sodium chloride inside what? Water. And this is what? A typical electrolytic cell. Now at the anode, the chlorine will migrate towards there and become what? And now lost electron. Here we have this. Chlorine will lost. This is what? Oxidation. Why is the oxidation? Because here chlorine here is what? 0. Do you get that? Why chlorine here is what? -1. Do you get that? Here is 0, and when the oxidation number of the reactant is smaller than that of the product, it is what? Oxidation of the, and here is what? Is 0, because oxidation number of every element in a free state is what? 0. So oxidation number of chlorine here is what? 0. Here is what? -. You get that? So it's undergo what? Oxidation, loss of what? Electron. Here hydrogen here will gain electron and become what? Here is what? Oxidation number here is 0, and here is what? +1. Do you get that? Oxidation number here is +1. So here the oxidation number of the reactant is bigger than that of the what? Product. That is where we now say is what? Is reduction. So at the cathode, the hydrogen will undergo what? Reduction, while at the anode, chlorine will undergo what? Oxidation. And the primary two things that are used at the electrode is what? Is graphite and what? And the titanium. Graphite because of what? So that it is, of course, it's less expensive and it conducts electricity very, very fast. Do you get that? So any question you have, please drop it on the comment section. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can share this video to as many people who are writing JAM exam. Thank you. Bye bye.